Hey, so right now we're in the middle of our housing element process. That's how we're going to plan for the next 8 years on how to build housing here in Gilroy. We're going to focus on programs, and we want to know more about the issues that you're currently having. So there was a meeting on March 30th where they did community outreach and they did some polling, and I'm going to give you some of the results of the polling after watching that video. But at the same time, this is my plea to a certain demographic of Gilroy that you are not being represented on the Gilroy City Council, and I encourage you to get involved in politics. Come take a deep dive. It is never the right moment to get into politics, but if I can do anything to compel you to get into politics, it's because of housing. It's because of this certain demographic. We are not building enough housing for you. And so here's a stat that's probably it really was jaw dropping to me when I heard this. But here's what the consultant says: 38% of our population in Gilroy, which is 59,520, okay, 38% is aged 24 years or younger. Okay, I have one of those generations in my household. She's not able to run for city council yet, but maybe one day she will. That blew my mind. I of all the stuff that I studied 2 years ago during the campaign, I knew the age groups that were voters, but I had no idea that much of our population was 24 years or younger. I encourage you to get involved. Find a way to get in touch with me. I can give you a whole lot of information that's out there. I want to try to break down as many barriers as I can to get you involved. So here's the top 3 focus programs that came out of that meeting. And this is Gilroy specific. Number 1, inclusionary housing units. That's the number 1 focus program that people want to look at. Number 2, build to a higher density. Number 3, provide access to low-cost pre-designed ADUs. Out of the top 3 housing issues, number 1, difficulty to pay rent, mortgage, or down payment. Number 2 is the insufficient housing supply. And number 3 is homelessness. We can get into a whole lot deeper conversation on this. I think it deserves a town hall on its own. Once we move a little bit more into these community meetings, we have more data that we can extract out of there that I can use to really spur a true conversation about the housing problems here in Gilroy. These are all solvable issues. These are all issues that could have been solved over the last few decades. But the council that's sitting in there right now and the council of the past, many were a part of this problem. Many of them had the opportunity to reduce barriers to housing, and they didn't. That is so important for you to know as we go into this campaign season. The filing period for Gilroy City Council will come up this July. It'll stay open for about 3 weeks. To become a candidate, you need 30 signatures, register a voter's office. Everything goes through there. Our city clerk will help you through the process as well. Reach out to me. I encourage you to run. Like I said, this demographic of 24 years or older than less, you represent 38% of our population. 38%. And you're not represented up there. Okay? So this is my call to action for you to come get involved. Come learn about the issues that we're talking about right now, that go way beyond housing. But again, housing, this is where if you're 24 years or younger and you're searching for an apartment or you can't afford one, there's reasons why. Policy, we can change that. We can break down those barriers, but I need you to come help me on the council. So looking forward to more conversations. Share this video, get in touch with me however you can. And let's continue this fight. Come join me on the Gilroy City Council.